You ever catch yourself feeling two completely opposite things in the span of minutes? One moment you want to disappear. The next moment you're terrified of dying. You crave being around people. Then suddenly you can't stand anyone touching you. You love someone. And in the same breath, you hate them. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Knowledge. If you're new here, this channel is for people who still wonder, who ask why, who want to understand themselves a little better. Today we're talking about emotional paradoxes, why you feel opposite things at once, what it means, and why it's actually normal. Let's define it simply. An emotional paradox is when you experience two opposing feelings at the same time or within a very short window. Psychologists call this emotional ambivalence. It's not that you're broken. It's that your brain is processing multiple layers of reality at once. According to research from psychologist Naomi Rothman at Lehigh University, ambivalence is actually more common than pure emotions. We just don't talk about it because it's messy. Let's start with the heaviest one. People who've been truly depressed know this. There's a moment where death feels like relief, like finally sleeping after years of insomnia. But then something shifts. Maybe a song, maybe sunlight, maybe someone smiles at you. And suddenly you're terrified of dying. Two opposite feelings. Same person, same day. According to Dr. Thomas Joyner, who studies suicidal behavior, the desire to die and the fear of death aren't on a single scale. They're two separate systems in the brain. When pain is loud, survival gets quiet. When pain quiets, survival screams. So you're not crazy, you're just human. Now a lighter one. You're lonely, you want connection. You go to a party or gathering. First hour feels good, then something switches. You feel drained. You want to leave. You want to be alone. You think, what's wrong with me? I wanted this. Dr. Susan Cain, author of Quiet, says humans are social creatures, yes. But we also have a biological need for solitude. These two needs compete. When you feel both at once, your brain is just managing two valid needs simultaneously. This one's harder to admit. You love someone, genuinely. But they hurt you, they disappointed you. And in that moment, you hate them. Not forever, not completely. But the hate is real. Dr. John Gottman, who studied thousands of couples, found that even the healthiest relationships have moments of contempt and disgust. The difference is how long it lasts. Love and hate aren't opposites. They're different expressions of investment. You don't hate strangers. You only hate people you care about. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. Holding two conflicting ideas about the same person. That swing between extremes is just your mind trying to make sense of something complicated. You start something new. A project. A relationship. A decision. One moment you're sure. You know this is right. You feel powerful. Next moment you're drowning in doubt. You question everything. You think you're a fraud. This is so common it has a name. Imposter syndrome. Dr. Valerie Jung, who studies this, says imposter feelings and confidence can coexist. You can be competent and feel like a fraud. Both are true. The paradox comes from comparing your internal state to someone else's external performance. You believe something strongly. Politically, spiritually, personally. Then you learn something new, or you meet someone who challenges you. Suddenly you're unsure. You question everything you believed. This is called intellectual humility. The ability to hold your beliefs while acknowledging you could be wrong. Dr. David Dunning, of Dunning-Kruger effect fame, says this paradox is actually a sign of wisdom. Certainty without openness is rigidity. Uncertainty without grounding is chaos. The people who grow are the ones who can hold both. Here's what therapists want you to know. Emotional paradoxes aren't a disorder, they're not a flaw. They're a sign you're processing complexity. Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett explains that emotions aren't hardwired. They're constructed in the moment based on your body, your past, and your environment, so of course you feel opposites. Your brain is sampling different data at different times. Pain fades. Fear returns. Loneliness shifts to overwhelm. Love and hate swirl together. This isn't broken. This is human. 3 things therapists suggest. 1. Stop judging yourself for feeling both. The judgment adds a third layer of pain. 2. Name it. Say, I'm feeling ambivalent right now. That simple act reduces its power. 3. Ask what each feeling needs. The part that wants to die needs rest. The part afraid of death needs safety. Both can be true. Both can be addressed. You don't have to pick one. You just have to hold both gently. That's today's dose. If this made you feel a little less alone in your own contradictions, consider subscribing. More videos on the way. See you then.